What's up everyone, it's B the Installer. I wanted to make a cool video where I asked some of my other YouTube friends what they thought their favorite TV of 2023 was. So we're gonna go through that one by one, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna give my picks for my favorite TVs. So make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, make sure to comment below, and of course there'll be some links in the description if you wanna purchase any of these TVs. First up, we have Stop the FOMO.
Hey Brandon. Hey gang, I know you asked me to give you my favorite TV of 2023, and that's gonna have to be the 100-inch Hisense U8K because it's 100-inch of awesome, mini LED, immersive, and most importantly, it's better than most TVs that are 5 years old. Definitely better than any TV that's more than 5 years old in terms of picture quality, and it's 100 inches. And for many people, upgrading $4,000 or $5,000, $3,000, depending on the time you buy it, this is an amazing upgrade that gives you the best in immersion. And I think immersion is understated in terms of reviewers, right? We talk about HDR, spectacular highlights, but what about size? And from 10 feet away, that 100-inch TV, I think, will give you more of that movie experience than anything else out there. Well, that's what I think. And I think next year is going to be even better, even more of these 100-inch TVs, 110-inch even. So yeah, the 100-inch Hisense U8K, that's my choice.
Well, I think FOMO's spot on with regards to large TVs. Obviously, you guys know that I have a lot of big TVs in the house, and I was not able to get that 100-inch Hisense, but this year I'm hoping to see even more big TVs. And I like what FOMO said about upgrading TVs, because if you're coming from a TV that's a few years old or older, this is gonna be fantastic. And I actually have another friend that wants to talk about this U8K as well. So here's Jolster.
Hey B, what's going on? Jolster here. So I also like the Hisense U8K. I mean, this TV has all the features that I like for gaming, like 4K 120Hz, VRR, FreeSync, auto low latency mode, and even an FPS counter, and the picture looks fantastic. I also like how bright this TV gets, so HDR and Dolby Vision content looks excellent. It has great contrast, bright highlights, and deep black levels, so I'm able to see every detail in movies. Even in dark scenes, I can see more shadow details. The sound is also excellent. It has 4 speakers and a built-in subwoofer, so if you don't have the space for a sound system or a soundbar, you can definitely enjoy the sound from this TV. So if you're looking for a TV that has all the best features for less than $1,000, the Hisense U8K is my personal recommendation. Jolster out!
Be the Installer in. Now that's a really cool outro. I love it. Thanks, Jolster. So, really awesome TV, and it's funny because we actually had the U8K out in our gaming room for quite some time, and then we upgraded to the G3 for a video. However, my son basically said he sees no difference between the U8K and G3, which is fair, but also a little bit annoying because it's like 3 times as expensive. So another reason the U8K is a fantastic TV. And speaking of gaming, Tech with KG's here to talk about his favorite TV and favorite gaming TV.
How's it going? KG from Tech with KG here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the S90C from Samsung. This is the same TV technology that's in the best TV of the year, the A95L. Think about that for a second. It is in the same price bracket as the C3, the QN90C, and the A80L, but the S90C is just a superior TV to those, especially when it comes down to game mode. And I think that is kind of mind-blowing in a way that this is available for the price that it is available, because like I said, this does not belong in that price bracket, or those other TVs just belong in a different price bracket and it should be a little bit cheaper. Because if you put any of those TVs I just mentioned side by side next to the S90C, as you can see here, and you can see that on my channel as well, the S90C is going to win that battle except for maybe one category, and that's going to be picture processing. And the only thing it's going to really lose out to is going to be the Sony TVs. When it comes down to low bitrate streaming, I think that that's a little bit overblown, and LG and Samsung are both about the same in low bitrate streaming. And if you're looking for a low bitrate streaming TV, it's definitely going to be the A80L in that price bracket. But if you are a gamer, you cannot go wrong with the S90C, and that is why it's going to be by far my most recommended TV this year. And the simple answer is QD OLED. Now back to you, Brandon.
Thanks, KG. Now, I really liked the S90C when I saw it, but I had gotten it right after the S95C. So I got the top flagship, then I got the second best. And for me, it's kind of hard to tell where the best value is going to be until more toward the end of the year when you start to see the prices shake out. but it's very fair. And in fact, I have another guy here who actually calibrates the TVs and is a big gamer to continue talking about the S90C.
Hey, Be the Installer viewers, this is Classy from Classy Tech Calibrations. Brandon asked me what my #1 pick for TV was in 2023. I have to say without a doubt it is the Samsung S90C. And while I do slightly prefer the Sony A95L, it is about double the price, if not more, depending on the screen size. And that's very hard to justify for most people for a minor improvement. So overall, my main recommendation is the Samsung S90C. It's also QD OLED, and it performs nearly as well as any other flagship this year while being at a fantastic price. There's very little to complain about with it. It performs great in pretty much all content. Gaming is fantastic. In fact, I would say it's the best gaming TV of the year. The S95C is a step up in the model lineup. However, the One Connect box can have dropout issues when gaming, and you don't really have to worry about that with the S90C. So gamers definitely should look at the S90C for the best premium value and just the overall best TV for gaming in 2023. I do have a review for the S90C on my channel if you want to check it out for any more information on it, but I think that pretty much covers it. If you're looking for a premium TV right now, it should be at the top of your list. So I hope that helps you all out. I'll talk to you later, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Classy. So there you have it. Two guys really like the S90C from Samsung, and it is fantastic. QD OLED, Samsung's knocking it out of the park. However, LG is no slouch when it comes to gaming either, and I have another friend who really prefers LG TVs, so take it away, Techno Dad.
Yo, what's up, B? Hope you're having a great day. And to all of your viewers, what's up? I am Chana D, aka Techno Dad, and my pick for the best TV, or the TV I really wanted, which is the one I ended up buying, was the LG C3 77-inch. Right now it's around $2,500, and gotta say it's a fantastic deal for an OLED of that size. I am stoked, can't wait for it to get in. I did purchase mine from Value Electronics, and Robert and the crew over there are doing a full calibration of it, including game mode, because I'm a big gamer. Now, I had a C1 83-inch in my previous home that I had to leave there. I had a C2 48-inch, so I wanted to keep it in line with that level of TV, so that's why I went with the C3. But if you are looking for a great deal, you should definitely not sleep on the 77-inch B3, which is around $1,800. I mean, 77-inch OLED for under $2,000. It's a pretty great deal. And by the way, we're going to do a quick shameless plug of my spatial audio calibration toolkit. We are still doing 15% off for the holidays. Hurry up and get yours while supplies last. Use the code INSTALLER15, get 15% off your order. Go to spatialcd.com. And thank you so much, Brandon, for having me on. And we'll see you at CES. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Peace.
Shameless plug. I can't believe you did that. No, I'm just kidding, TD. I told him to do that. And it's a really cool way for you to tune and calibrate your Atmos system. So if you guys are trying to do that, I definitely think you should check for the links in the description and grab that CD from TD. And I agree, the LG C3 is a great TV in a long line of C-series TVs that are awesome. And the B3 is great as well. Now, for those of you who think Sony's not represented in this video, get ready, because you're going to get a couple in a row, starting with Tech Steve.
Hey everyone, Tech Steve here, and I want to give a special thanks to Beat Installer for having me on this video. My favorite TV for 2023 happens to be this one right here. This is the Sony X95L mini LED television with 120 Hz. Let me tell you some of the reasons that I really enjoy this television. One of my favorite parts of having this TV is the movie experience, and Sony has some of the best color science on the market for excellent picture quality. And with the 80 megabit per second Bravia core, you can get the IMAX enhanced experience. Plus, this application is calibrated by Sony to give you the best picture quality. And to me, it looks excellent just watching football, baseball, or even hockey. This TV looks fantastic. I'm not a huge gamer, but I like the fact that this TV supports 4K 120 Hz gaming, and it has a built-in menu system so you can go in and adjust everything so you can get the best settings for your gaming console. And I added the HT7000 soundbar, and along with this, you get Bravia Sync that allows all the menu systems to display across the screen. And with this Bluetooth remote control, you have access to the Google's operating system, plus you can give it voice commands just by pressing a button. There's some hotkeys at the bottom, but a great thing about this TV is that you can give it commands hands-free. So this is my favorite television for 2023. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks a lot for watching, and back to you, B.
Thanks, Steve. So I'm actually going to get my first look at the X95L coming up at an installation, so I'm very excited about that. But I also really like the fact that you can connect the Sony with the Sony soundbars and you have it on screen. Now you can do that with other brands too, so it's not just unique to Sony, but he does have a great combination there. And that gives us a chance to talk about Sony OLED TVs. So here you go with Brian from Brian's Tech Therapy.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brian from Brian's Tech Therapy. My favorite TV of the year is the TV right behind me, the 83-inch A80L WRGB OLED. I feel the A80L was the most overlooked TV of the year, as it is the only WRGB OLED to have the coveted XR clear from Sony. What sets apart the 83-inch as it has the A90J Master Series chassis, build quality, sound, and heatsink. So for me, it is a very rare TV, and it is the only TV of that lineup to have the A90J chassis and the heatsink. I think it's excellent. The game features and game picture quality are enough. Picture quality is gorgeous, and as I mentioned, it is the only WRGB OLED of all OLEDs to have XR clear other than the QD OLED A95L. So my favorite pick for TV of the year, for me, my favorite, Sony A80L at the 83-inch size.
All right, thanks, Brian. He actually made a lot of good points because I actually had the A90J from a couple years ago, and it was one of my favorite all-time TVs. So it's really cool that the newer second tier down model from Sony has all the same body parts, more or less. And in the end, you really can't go wrong with a Sony OLED. Okay, so now it's time for me to make my selections. And first, I want to talk about the TCL 98-inch S5. Now, I was expecting one 98-inch TV from TCL this year, but I did not think that they'd bring out a lower priced one that actually performs almost as good or better than the QM8. This S5 is fantastic. I love how bright it gets for such a low price point. And I thought, how on earth could they make this TV so bright, so big, and still only be around $2,500 around Black Friday? Now, the price might change here or there, but it's an opportunity for most people to afford a TV of this size without sacrificing on the quality, because I've seen other TVs that are pretty big in the 85-inch range, but they're just not nearly as good. This has two HDMI ports that are 2.1, so you can use your Xbox Series X or PS5 and game 4K 120. Regular TV content looked fantastic. We watched some movies and I was absolutely surprised at how bright the highlights were for a TV of this price. And even when looking into some of the flaws that sometimes come up with some of these lower priced TVs, we really couldn't find any. We did a dirty screen effect test and we had a little bit of vignetting around the corners, but we did a blooming test to show a star field pattern and it looked fantastic. I think it looked even better than the QM8. So I was really impressed with this overall, and I think for anyone that's looking for a giant TV screen, the TCL S5 is a fantastic option, and I think it's one of the best TVs of the year. And last but not least, my favorite TV of the year. And yes, I get two picks because it's my video, but the A95L from Sony is really awesome. And I think the hardest thing to digest, or some of the people have talked about, is the fact that it's so expensive comparatively to some of these other TVs that perform almost as well. But when you get used to a Sony OLED TV, and this being a QD OLED, I really can't find any flaws in this TV. However, if you purchase this TV, you're not gonna have any money in your pocket, so there's always trade-offs, right? But really, it's a fantastic picture quality. I mean, people really like QD OLED TVs because they're so bright, so colorful, and I'm no different. It looks amazing. I basically have to turn it down to like 1% when I'm watching TV at night in order to let my wife sleep, but I really like it. And coming from a Sony OLED 65-inch A90J before, I really like the increase in size that the 77-inch QD OLED offers, as well as the increased brightness and quality. So I'm getting the best of all these worlds again with regards to its upscaling, its processing, the motion, all these things that Sony's known for, as well as the ability to connect to their awesome soundbars like the A7000 that Steve was talking about, having all the on-screen menus, and of course using the TV as a center channel, because it really helps to elevate your sound stage and just give you an awesome audio experience, as well as the fantastic video quality of the A95L. Now, the only thing I could ask for from Sony is to come out with a 97-inch QD OLED, because That would be crazy. So I'm really excited for 2024, for CES, you know, to see what's going to come out in this year. And I want to thank all the guys for helping me out with this video, but let me know what you guys are excited for in 2024. Is it going to be a giant TV? Is it going to be brighter TV? What things are you excited for? Let me know in the comments. And again, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe and all that. And I will see you guys all in 2024. B-dubs out.